Hello again, everyone. It's been kind of a nice little time here in November, getting a few little things done for you guys. And I thought, it's the Thanksgiving weekend, at least for my U.S. followers, and hopefully you've had a good holiday weekend. And I've been kind of relaxing, getting things nice and rested up to kind of see where things are going to flow next to. I pretty much have an idea, but just getting myself rested up after a lot of things going on at work where things haven't gone quite as well, and working Black Friday morning and waking up at like 6:30 in the morning, where I usually don't tend to like waking up till maybe 9 or 10 o'clock a.m. So it's been time to kind of rest and get relaxed and everything and get myself back in the groove of things. And I want to give you guys a nice update here because I'm also working on a Blu-ray news video. I figured I'd hit up a vlog here before the next commentary drops will be the Friday the 13th one we're going to be doing between Steve and I, which is Jason Takes Manhattan, which is, if you love the New Blood commentary, this is even more just absolutely we had so much insane fun with this because it is admittedly a bad movie, and it seems the worse the movie is, the more lively and just jovial the commentary gets, how much more laughs we get out of the whole thing. So that was going to be coming out later on, probably the end of next week and or end of this week or whatnot. But give you guys a nice little update here about what things are going to be going up on the channel soon. And some other things I've experienced lately, such as the horror convention I went to last weekend. A little bit of purchases I've made for over this holiday weekend of sorts, but start off chronologically here with the Days of the Dead Chicago Horror Con that I was at last weekend. And Steve, my commentary buddy there, was also at the convention as well, doing his own things with a couple of his own friends. And I hadn't been there since 2014, which was a nice experience. I did a review of it back then if you want to go dig that up from a couple of years ago in the video updates playlist. But hadn't been there since then, but since we moved, and now I moved way closer to where they hold the convention, like 15 minutes down the highway, it's a whole lot more accessible to me. So I was like, why not? It's a very cheap convention to get into, about $25 plus a little extra fees on top of that, but it's a very affordable one to go to. It's a nice kind of cozy type of thing, and a nice in this Chicago Marriott in Schaumburg, Illinois. So it's a really nice, cozy, confined type of thing, not like a big, huge convention hall like a Comic-Con or whatnot. It's a nice type of thing to kind of go around and meet people. But in regards to that, it was nice to kind of go into it there. And I did have a kind of in my head going into the whole thing, sort of a prioritized list of people I did want to meet and get like photo ops or a signature or whatnot with. But when I got there plenty early or whatnot when they opened up things and let everyone in, all that type of stuff. And unfortunately, a lot of people are doing like the professional photo ops, which are like $100 or whatever the heck it is to do that type of stuff with celebrities of sorts. So a lot of them were probably doing that very much right at the beginning of the day on Saturday. So I was probably wandering around for maybe an hour and a half or whatnot, just like a lot of people wanted to meet, like Linda Blair, which was like up until like the night before was like I really wanted to meet her and talk like Savage Streets or whatnot with her, but things kind of took a different direction as the day went on, as obviously she was doing photo ops and a couple other people. And so I ended up kind of wandering around, and like the first guy was like, okay, I gotta do at least Kane Hodder here, because we're just finished up recording the commentaries, and it's like Kane's at like every horror convention. I got Derek Mears at the previous one, who was Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th remake. The remake I don't care all that much for, but I thought he did a fantastic job in the role of Jason, just animalistic type of killer. I really enjoyed what he did with it, and he's also the classic Predator in Predators, so that's the framed 8x10 I've had in the background for a number of years now. So he signed that when I did that convention 3 years ago. So I figured I'd get Kane. I didn't get his autograph. I was kind of like figuring what I wanted to manage with my money, and kind of looking at also the stills I had to have signed, what I really liked. If I didn't really like anything, I didn't get a signature. So I just went ahead and got a photograph done with Kane and everything. And he didn't, I don't know if he does the choke spot or whatnot, where he puts the hand around people's necks and whatnot anymore. But I stood next to him. I was actually taller than Kane Hodder, so I kind of scrunched down in the photograph to just kind of like, he got a comments like, you make you look short or whatnot. So like I scrunched down to make it look like we're the same height. But it was nice. It was a nice little beat there or whatnot to kind of just like, hey, just shake his hand and say, hey, cool and everything, all that type of stuff. So we took a nice little photo there. It was like, it was fine, a nice $20 photograph. It was kind of, it felt about right to get the soft gears rolling for the day and everything. And I was still waiting around for quite a while for a couple other people to show up and everything, because my favorite tag team of all time, Action Smash of Demolition, were at the con. I was waiting for quite a while, and then they finally showed up. I guess maybe they were working to get the face paint on or something like that. I think they had someone from the con employ someone to do the face paint for them for the convention and everything. So probably were taking a little long to get down there when they got all that stuff taken care of and everything. But once they got there, and I eventually did go up to him and everything, it was like I had to meet him, because, again, favorite tag team of all time, and they still looked pretty good. And the photograph I got with them, it really looked like three fucking badasses, man. It was like, that's the perfect photograph, and they were really good guys. And it's just like I told them, I met Hawk and Animal of the Road Warriors about 20 years ago when they were WCW, and that they were my favorite. These guys, Demolition, were my favorite tag team of all time. So they were really cool. They were talking with people, having a few little conversations. I shook both their hands. They're really just cool guys, whatnot, just relaxed, engaged with and everything. And as cool as that was, I also got a signed 11 by 17 of them, and it looks really fantastic. It's just like, it was a nice package deal to get the photograph and the signatures from both guys. And as cool as my photo was, Steve, of course, had to go and trump me a few minutes later and get a photograph with the tag team belts and whatnot, because I think, I'm not sure, they didn't have like a price list or anything on their table and whatnot. They were going to inform what they were offering and whatnot, but they did seem like they had a couple replica old WWF tag team belts or whatnot. So I think Steve might have actually gotten a copy of those belts or whatnot, got them signed and everything. So whatever the case, he trumped me with his photograph, getting the belts into the photograph over his shoulder. So it was like, my mind was still freaking cool, but he had to go an extra step further. And he's been posting stuff on Instagram and everything, just showing off all his immense collection of various signatures and photographs, all these random stuff. If you want to hit up his Instagram, it'll be in the description below and everything. But he's been posting up a lot of fantastic stuff that I never knew he had. So meeting Action Smash was a big thing. Is like, I knew at least getting that after I got the photograph and met them and all that type of stuff, I knew at least I was going to be satisfied with that the most. But I was still kind of toiling around for a little while afterwards, because I did pick up I was looking around for other posters, and I got my nice 11 by 17 of the Howling poster, because I've been wanting to find out like a big poster for the wall, and I've always had last couple of years I just had trouble trying to find this thing as a poster, as a full-size poster and everything, in good quality or the right size and whatnot. I just never really could find it. I think this is like the coolest horror film poster of all time. I just love this, and I keep not pulling the trigger and getting the Blu-ray. I still have the old MGM DVD set, but that's fantastic. I gotta find the right place for that in the wall. But I was still toiling around for a while bit, and still wondering what I wanted to go after or whatnot, because there were a whole bunch of people. There's Ronnie Cox from RoboCop and Beverly Hills Cop, Total Recall there. I was thinking about him. I was, again, thinking about Linda Blair a little bit. And I just kept thinking, I was sitting in this hallway. I was staring directly at this guy, kind of intentionally or whatnot, just trying to think, do I want to go for it? What do I want to go for? And it's like, I went and met Andrew Robinson, who is a fantastic actor. People know him as Scorpio from Dirty Harry. He was in Cobra, which Trent and I just did a commentary for. I'll be hitting up maybe another week or two. The guy's fantastic. Deep Space Nine is the wonderful character of Garrick. And that was obviously the thing I got signed from is 8x10 of Garrick is like one of the best Star Trek characters of all time. If you've not been a Deep Space Nine fan, it's one of the most fascinating characters in the entire Star Trek lore. Just a wonderful character, just so pitch perfectly played by him in every single moment of the entire series. It's a beautiful, sly character. This Cardassian Taylor, who used to be a spy, and he's always got this nice duplicity about everything he has to offer and say and work with. The entire series is beautiful. And I told him so much that I love Hellraiser, obviously that. I love Deep Space Nine, love Garrick, I love all this stuff. I told him that I just watched Cobra the week before with him and Stallone. It was like, I love Andrew Robinson so much. He's a fantastic actor. He was very engaging and whatnot. I didn't talk with him too much, but I just like, it was just a nice moment to just meet with him, get the photograph. A little bit overexposed, but I'll take it regardless. It was a nice moment in time for myself to engage a little bit with a brilliant actor, in my view. Just like, he's wonderful, engaging. He does such great work on all spectrums of what he has to do. He's just a wonderful actor altogether, and I could go on for eons. I go watch my Hellraiser review from a few years ago. Just like, I gush about his stuff in that film, but after that, I was kind of like, well, it's only like, maybe like, I think it was only about 2 o'clock or whatnot, or maybe before, it was somewhere around there, wherever it was, wondering what else I could do. I didn't want to leave that early, and I looked up the schedule, and Dee Snider had a panel. So I went off and sat inside the Dee Snider panel for about 15 minutes, and that was wonderful. I mean, he's such a charismatic personality, a rock star and everything, and just hear him talking about early days of Twisted Sister and all these different things, and of course talking about his film Strangeland, which he says that he's kind of started up his own production company, produced a couple other horror films, and do a sequel eventually to Strangeland. So it was great hearing how he got kind of input from Tom Savini about the film, you know, how he kind of like originally wrote it as very kind of standard fare slasher film, and Tom Savini pretty much was very blunt and honest with him as a close friend, saying that the script kind of stunk and everything. So they did Tom Savini invited Dee Snider over to his place, and they kind of just sat down and hashed things out and kind of detailed how the script could kind of change and differentiate itself from everything else in the horror field at the time. So, like, on his train ride back to New York or whatnot, Dee was just kind of like thinking about all the inverses of the usual horror tropes and everything, how everyone is usually being chased away, being chased in a film, and being in all these different little things that would be much clearer from him and whatnot. But regards to that, he took a lot of the things they felt like they're very stock tropes of the entire genre and tried to do the inverse of what they were to make things feel more like you're being trapped instead of being chased and whatnot and various things. So it was nice to hear that type of stuff. I saw Strangeland a long time ago. Might invite a rewatch at some point in time, but it was really nice. It was just nice sitting there and listen to Dee just cut loose and everything, and just talk a lot really cool stuff in general, just about his rock star career, his film stuff, his relationship with his wife, which is a fantastic thing to hear him talk about, and a little jab at Gene Simmons of Kiss, throwing a little shade his way, and how Gene wants to kind of like trademark the metal symbol, but he kept getting it wrong, and then he threw up the proper devil horns for Ronnie James Dio. So that's all the stuff I need from him, and just like, it's a wonderful experience. I think I saw Dee after I went to see Demolition, that I went eventually to Andrew Robinson after that, and just it was a nice time. It was a nice time. Obviously, if I was more willing to spend more money, I probably would have gotten more engagement out of the whole thing with different people and whatnot, because I'm just trying to make sure I didn't spend too much money. It's just like, you don't want to overindulge. For like the rest of the day, I was kind of like, maybe did I spend too much? But I was kind of sitting there at the conventions like, do I kind of save money and regret not spending enough, or do I spend more money and regret spending too much? So it was a flip of the coin. I figured I'll go a little extra further, engage with Andrew Robinson, and have that be the closer for the day, and just go off and hit up Michael's and get a couple of frames for all the beautiful stuff I got, so I can cherish that and all that type of stuff. But it was a nice time. It was a nice time. If you ever have a chance to go to one of the Days of the conventions, they have them in various places around the country. And I have an Indianapolis one. I think they have one down in Texas, and sometime just different places. You can hit up their website and just see where they're going to be hitting or whatnot, see if they're interested. And like I said, it's usually a low costing. If you've been to like a Comic-Con, like a Wizard World or something like that, you know, it's like maybe like $50-$60 or something like that. This is a much more economically priced type of thing, because it's a much more of a smaller affair in a certain way. It's not a giant big convention hall. Like I said, it's usually a much more intimate type of affair, so they can keep the cost a little bit lower, but you're still going to pay about the same to engage with the celebrities and whatnot. But at least your initial getting into the door stuff won't affect you as much. So it's kind of a nice thing, and kind of cool, because I mean, again, it's like a suburban hotel or whatnot, convention hall or whatnot, so you're getting free parking. That's a big plus and everything. So generally it's a nice time to go there and just engage and have a fun time and whatnot. I was a little disappointed. I was really on the hunt for a few more of these type of posters and whatnot, but the place that had the most selection had the worst quality prints. They had them very dark and murky. Just didn't look worth the cost to pay for them. And the ones that had the increasingly better quality had a smaller selection of things. So I at least got the Halloween one. Mainly I was looking for it, going through everything again and again because because it was raining outside or snowing or whatnot throughout the day. So I wanted to make sure that my other stuff I got with the autographs and whatnot wasn't going to get like soaked or whatnot when I went out to walk to the parking garage. So there was that. But I wanted to at least get the howling thing. That was like, I found howling. That's a nice thing. So that's kind of cool stuff. And as we got, of course, there's always little Black Friday stuff at this point in time. Most years I kind of do a little video telling you what I grabbed here and there. But this year I was looking at deals. I was looking at something very specific, a few little things for Blu-rays and whatnot. I didn't find as much as I usually do, but Thanksgiving morning I just went on Best Buy's app and whatnot and just ordered Wonder Woman and John Wick Chapter 2 on Blu-ray, so those will be shipped out eventually and arrive eventually, but there was free shipping, low cost deals and everything, so that was what I was eyeing for that. But after I got off work on Wednesday, I ended up going off to Best Buy itself and buying a brand new surround sound home theater system and everything, a new receiver, because the one I've had is like 16 years old, and the quality had degraded a bit in the overall experience of the audio and everything, and never had DTS decoding, so that was a big thing, especially with all the Blu-rays today mainly go with a DTS HD surround sound and everything. So went off and bought it. They had it for like $100 off, so it's like I pinpointed that I wanted to get it, so I brought it home, hooked everything up, and everything sounded absolutely wonderful. It just sounds fantastic to hear everything in crisp, clear surround sound. It's a nice Sony receiver, so good quality, kind of matches everything. You got a Sony Blu-ray player, Sony DVD player, might as well have a Sony surround sound system and everything. I've had speakers, nice speakers for a long time. I got off of eBay a long time ago, and now they can really just get a good workout with this new surround sound receiver that takes HDMI, coaxial and optical stuff. So, and even plug my freaking iPhone into it to play music or podcasts over the surround sound system. So it's absolutely wonderful. It's a nice type of thing. I'm very pleased with it. I want to get more. I just want to get more eager to watch more films now, to just get that experience and everything. And this means when we are recording the commentaries, we'll definitely be using the surround sound to give it even more of an experience to ourselves, because we always have to keep the volume fairly low so we don't get like too much of the film's audio into the recording and get hit with a copyright claim and whatnot, which did happen once when I had something uploaded, went on Patreon. It was up on Patreon for a little while, and they got hit because the volume level in a kind of a blank spot between us talking got hit with a copyright claim, so I had to take it down, make a little bit of a level adjustment in some places right there, and re-upload it. So it's always been a bit of a trick to kind of deal with. So maybe we'll get some of the surround sound, get a little bit more heft out of the sound, but not affect the audio recording for the YouTube nonsense and everything. But we've been using subtitles last couple of months, whatnot, to help things out, to follow the plots of the films, but it doesn't always work, because there's plenty of times the commentators are like, did we miss something here? Did I miss something here? I miss a plot point somewhere along the way. We gotta kind of fill each other in as we go along, but that's part of the fun, though. It's part of the fun of the whole thing, that even if you did have the volume up all the way, we'd probably still miss stuff between our chatter. So it's just a fun thing, and then just having a nice, crisp, clean surround sound system is really just going to help overall, especially if I do more Blu-ray reviews in the future. I can assess the audio a little bit more thoroughly and have that part of the review in general instead of just the picture or whatnot. I can include all these different things, so it's just going to help things more overall. I'm just going to be more excited, more into things. I just, regardless of that, it's going to make me more enthusiastic to get into the watching of films and everything. So that's just going to help things overall. And like I said, I got my Superman the movie poster. It's nice and framed over here. I got it at a really nice deal off of allposters.com a little while ago, and it's been sitting up here. I haven't technically mounted it on the wall yet, but it's getting there. I just want to make sure get things sorted and everything. But the Superman the movie review is definitely going to still be coming. And just like I said, resting things up after I worked Black Friday morning about 6:30. Woke up about 6:30 in the morning, where I usually don't go to sleep till maybe 2 a.m. Wake up around 9 or 10. So it was a bit rough. So I've just been resting up this weekend and working on the Blu-ray news video, which took a little effort because it's been about 2 months since I did the last one. So it's going to be a much beefier type of video, so it took a little longer to produce. But regardless of that, guys, that's some cool stuff. Video update here, Blu-ray's news video, and some more commentaries coming up soon. And Trent, yeah, after we did our last session of commentary recordings, he kind of suggested doing the Ghostbusters films, the first 2 films, and I figured, why the hell not? It's kind of a cool thing. It's kind of a change of pace instead of just the action stuff. Maybe do something a little bit more comedy based. So he suggested that. I'm cool with it. So hopefully you guys will be excited for that. And record Ghostbusters 2. And technically Ghostbusters 2 is a sort of New Year's Eve type of film and whatnot. So probably hit exactly where it needs to capitalize on that. So you guys can enjoy that when it eventually gets recorded and released and all that type of stuff. So that's cool. I got a few other things. Got to throw emails towards Steve's way to figure out what we're going to do next as we wrapped up what we intended to do with the Friday the 13th stuff. And probably, keep going with Lethal Weapon and find a few other things. Going to be doing Shocker eventually. We talked about that New Blood review, and he's going to come up again in the next one. Shocker from Wes Craven. He only has the DVD. We're both kind of eyeing getting the Blu-ray. We're just hoping to find a little bit of a lower price somewhere, but we'll eventually bite it one way or another. But regardless of that, guys, there's fun stuff coming up. We got a lot planned, so cool stuff. Be with you guys soon again, and thanks for watching as always, and just enjoying what I have to offer here. So always seeing the comments roll through, the thumbs up, the people sharing things on Twitter and all that type of stuff. I just love it. I just love seeing you guys engage and enjoy what's going on here, and that what I do brings a little kind of enjoyment to your lives. So it's like, cool. So thanks from me, thanks from Steve, thanks from Trent and everything for engaging with us and all this type of stuff we've been doing. And absolutely love it. So and I hope you enjoy it and keep asking for more. So guys, that's all I got for you at this point in time. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to say, but that should be it. The only Blu-ray I picked up otherwise was the Batman Mask of the Phantasm one, and I did the review of that already, so you should be well aware that I already have the Blu-ray. So regardless of that, guys, I'll be back soon with some cool stuff, and just take care of yourselves and be cool. Take care. Bye-bye.